Electronic note on the preparation of the entire layer of population for a strong earthquake. Strong earthquakes are the most terrible among natural phenomena. It has the power to cause serious damage to buildings and structures and is observed with shaking greater than 5 points. This natural phenomenon is noted in the seismically active regions of the Republic of Uzbekistan. Imagine you're sitting at home, suddenly an earthquake has begun. The lights in the house, the vibration of the mirror cabinets make you panic with further fear. And when the screams on the street begin, a person must perform the right action without losing himself. The fear and panic that occurs in people when an earthquake occurs can lead to actions that are dangerous to his life. Citizens who live permanently in seismically active areas or who are temporarily staying there with services or proceedings should be aware of simple precautions and safety regulations in advance in order to be able to use them in practice when an earthquake occurs. Remember, for a person who manages himself mentally before an earthquake, during an earthquake, and after an earthquake, it is easier to overcome fear. The probability of suffering is also less. In organizations operating in the field of production and service, employees working in the field should be prepared in advance for the correct movement during a strong earthquake, have the necessary knowledge about the primary and secondary consequences of a strong earthquake in the workplace, with the help of specialists or independently master the procedure for practical actions in such situations. Highly flammable and aggressive liquids store packed containers in a safe place where the ground shakes and falls when the building is shaken without exploding or burning. Coming up with other family members in the event of disruptions in the performance of means of communication, especially in the case of children's behavior and concerted actions. Keeping mobile phones charged at workplaces to create a reserve of water, food, and medicines intended for 3 days, as well as to carry a portable radio, an electric lamp, batteries for them, candles. In the process of planned training exercises, it is recommended to observe all of the above activities and conduct a practical study. Insist on a previously designed safe place when inside a room or facility, taking into account the possibility of falling fragments of plasters, lighting appliances, window fractures, hide under the bed or table, going under the solid desks in the rooms, turning the opposite side of the mirror, pouring heads and faces with hands. When it is about the first floor of multi-story building, never run towards the elevator or stairs. Do not use them. Do not get confused with people in crowded places. Shop, cinemas, stations. Stay away from the main walls of the building. Items that hang closer to the pillars, ventilators, advertising boards. To hide in the city, you need to use underground shelters.
Open areas. Keep a distance from the mirror walls of high-rise buildings. Beware of falling objects. When the when on the train, stay in place until the earthquake stops. Do not move without permission of the railway personnel. When inside the building, to open the entrance doors so as not to block them. If possible, it is recommended to try to turn off heating devices and open fire sources, gas, electricity. Correct actions to perform after an earthquake. Providing first aid to victims, additional medical care, or wait until help arrives if you need extra help. When you see those who are left under the rubble, or when you hear that they are calling, remember exactly that place and tell the rescuers. Be careful when opening the doors of the basement from falling on you fragments of plasters, columns, or heavy objects from the roof and external walls. Monitor the condition of the building after the earthquake stops to avoid things that may endanger their lives. Do not keep phone busy for unnecessary information, but rather call for help from them. Use it in providing information about important events, wounded, and criminals. It is recommended not to stay in the room for fire or other reasons, to leave the room to take out prepared things and products.